Thank you, Monica. Your turn.
Lovely. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Steph. I hope you're well today as we start another week. The President of the General Assembly is joining member states, UN staff, and the UN system around the world to celebrate World Humanitarian Day. Ms. María Fernanda Espinosa said that humanitarian workers make a real difference in people's lives through their commitment, sacrifice, and tireless resolve to bring assistance and relief to people in crisis. This year, World Humanitarian Day is focusing on the role of women humanitarians and their unique contribution to people in crisis situations, natural disasters, and other emergencies. Mrs. Espinosa commends the work of and the determination of dedicated women who choose to make a real difference by assisting those in need. She paid tribute to all women humanitarians who do not spare efforts to put themselves daily on the front lines of dangerous and challenging situations to deliver assistance and to promote peace in the world. The PJ also paid tribute to 22 UN colleagues who lost their lives in Iraq on 19 August 2003, including the then head of the mission, Sérgio Vieira de Mello, who paid the ultimate sacrifice as all of his colleagues on that day. The PJ has congratulated the people of Sudan on their decision towards the creation of a transitional civilian authority. In a tweet, Ms. María Fernanda Espinosa said that this is an important step for peace, democracy, and development in Sudan and for the Sudanese people and their neighbors. Ms. Espinosa joined all parties in celebrating the successful outcome on the talks, including the role played by the African Union and Ethiopia. More details on our website. And the GA president has strongly condemned an attack in Afghanistan, which killed at least 63 people who were attending a wedding reception in Kabul, the country's capital city. Ms. Espinosa sends her condolences to the families of the victims, the people, and the government of Afghanistan after the heinous attack against hundreds of children, men, and women who were peacefully celebrating at the wedding ceremony. The PGA says that there is no justification to violence and that all responsible for the killings should be brought to justice swiftly. She wished all people injured in the attack a speedy recovery. And over the weekend, you must have seen, she also issued a tweet expressing profound sadness after the passing away of the former Director General of the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, Mr. Jacques Diouf. The PGA said that Mr. Diouf, a national of Senegal, was a champion for the fight against hunger and poverty and for sustainable development. He was also one of the brightest sons of Africa and a dear friend of hers. The president sent her condolences to Mr. Diouf's family, to the people, the government of Senegal, and as well as FAO staff who worked with Mr. Diouf. And finally, as you may remember from Friday, the president of the GA will travel to Austria on Wednesday to start an official trip at the invitation of the government. She will be received by the president of Austria, His Excellency Mr. Alexander van der Bellen, and will attend the political symposium European Forum Alpbach, where she will deliver remarks. The PGA will also visit the UN headquarters in Vienna, meet the heads of UN agencies based in that country. On Friday, 23rd August, she will meet Austria's Federal Minister for Europe Integration and Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Alexander Schallenberg. She later will arrive at the Vienna International Center and will be greeted by the heads of UN agencies there. The PJ will deliver remarks at a special event celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Vienna International Center. On Saturday, 24th of August, she will travel to Alpbach to take part in the European Forum. She will be accompanied in this trip by the President van der Bellen and by the country's Federal Chancellor, Her Excellency Mr. Brigitte Bierlein, and her visit will be concluded on Sunday, 25th August. This is all for today. Do you have, hi Joe, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm fine, thank you. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Stefan, you were here. The statement you read out or referenced on the signing of the transitional agreement, power sharing agreement. There was no reference to the issue of accountability. The signatory and a member of the council is going to be this military commander, Mohammed Hamdan, who is responsible for the killings of scores of people on June 3rd and also was involved in the massacre in Darfur back in, well, more than 15 years ago. So does the President of the General Assembly believe that the ICC's indictment should be honored by this transitional council and Bashir turned over to the ICC? Is she concerned that the signatory to the transition agreement is this brutal military commander?
Okay, first of all, the PJ congratulated the Sudanese people, and she firmly believes that this is a process that is owned and should be directed by the Sudanese people themselves. Of course, accountability is an important value for this organization, and the note from the PGA over the weekend, as also her tweet more specifically, focuses on this to congratulate the people of Sudan for this first step, and she looks forward to a development that will bring peace, stability, that will bring sustainable development to the country, and also that is owned by the Sudanese people. And of course, as you heard from Stefan before, the UN is ready to assist in any way that is required by the country, and she looks forward to working with Sudan, as she has been working already in this new chapter. That this new chapter really will will address the aspirations of the Sudanese people. Mm-hmm.
But she's not concerned that the signatory to this power-sharing agreement, a member of the Sovereign Council, and many say is really the power behind the military in the first place and their role going forward, is not being presumably held accountable since he's going to be on the council. And Bashir, again, is not being turned over to the ICC. Is there any expression of concern here? It's congratulations are fine, but look who signed the agreement on behalf of the military.
I think I take your point, Joe, and what I can say right now is that the President noted this important step that was taken in Sudan, and there are chapters in this particular case that will be followed, and she looks forward to Sudan that is prosperous, that addresses the aspirations of the people, and of course, that exercises accountability as well. Okay, anyone else? I don't see any hands, so in this case, I will say thank you very much, and I see you tomorrow. I see you. Yes, tomorrow we'll be here at the same time. Thank you.